Alright, so repeat viewers, you're already aware of the split change, the workout routine change, but, well, routine viewers and, dedicated viewers, are picking up all the points. But if you're kind of surprised seeing the back and bicep days, especially because I've been saying, like, I don't really love back and bis, yeah, the split is getting a little bit of a change. So instead of, quads and hamstrings, transitioning to, what's the order again? It was quads and hamstrings, legs, and then chest, and then back, and then arms. Sometimes I do chest, I do shoulders after chest, but my shoulders are already kind of overdeveloped, so they don't really need so much work as everything else on my frame. But I kind of wanted to change it up because I wanted to do quads on their own. I had tried some quad only days and I liked it. So that means I gotta find somewhere to put hamstrings. I don't want to do hamstrings after back or chest because hamstrings is kind of a big muscle. So instead I kind of moved some shit around. Now it's going to be quads, chest, back and bis, tris, and hamstrings. So that's today, triceps and hamstrings. Kind of a random combination. I don't typically, if I ask somebody what they're hitting today, they never really say that. But in the context of hitting pretty much all the muscle groups you're trying to hit twice a week, that's the main, I would say that's about the main constraint that any good workout routine should follow, right? I wouldn't want to do full body every day. That's the extreme case in that end. And I wouldn't want to hit everything only once per week or even less. How many body parts are there in a bodybuilding context? Let's start from the bottom up. Calves, hamstrings, quads, back, shoulders, biceps, triceps, chest. 8. So I guess if you're, forearms, 9. There's more, but you get it. If you were to hit everything only once a week, and you're like hitting your whole fucking body, or only once at a time, then you got a 9-day split. That's pretty much like the extreme end, plus rest days if you're into that. So as long as you hit everything about twice a week, whatever you want to do, it's gonna work out. There's nothing special about doing hamstrings and quads, right? Your hamstrings don't know that your quads just got worked. There's nothing special about doing like chest and triceps. Your triceps don't fucking know you just hit chest. All each of your fucking muscles knows is whether or not they've been hit or if they haven't. And then obviously if they have, you're gonna want to eat some fucking food and refuel them. But that's the lift that's gonna be going on today. I'm gonna do triceps first since that's out of the two, that's definitely the muscle I'm trying to prioritize. I could definitely use some more poundage. Well, maybe not poundage. I don't know how many pounds my hamstrings weigh, but I mean my triceps, but I could definitely use some more size on the triceps. Relative to my arms, the bis are a little bit ahead. So I'm thinking a fucking ton of heavy pushdowns, then maybe some machine dips. That's all my tricep routine ever is. And after that, do a little bit of a tricep pump check, and then I'll just spam some hamstring curls, and we can be freaking done. So let's get started. I didn't mean to copy my boy Nick over here, but I'm going to start off with single arm pushdowns as well. You get kind of fucked up because eventually you reach a limit of strength, or maybe not a limit, but you reach a level of strength where doing stack on pushdowns, it's just not even a challenge. And that's like, I'm sure you guys could fucking rep out the stack on pushdowns. So instead of, doing light reps, both arms with the stack, I like starting off with something pretty heavy. So almost the whole stack, one arm pushdowns should be perfect. And the warm up was just doing one arm pushdowns just with lighter weight. Like I started with 20, then I did a couple with 40, 60, did one with 80 to make sure it felt good. I didn't just like jump right into 80. That would fucking hurt my elbows. But easing into it, my elbows feel fucking sick. So I'm gonna sit here for a couple of minutes, or a couple of sets rather. Okay. Form is definitely getting a little looser for the last couple. But I mean, I physically could not do another rep like sitting here still. So I think it's beneficial to kind of, force a couple after. Let's move on to some double arm shit. At this point, I'm pretty fatigued. All right, back to a classic. Just push downs with a fucking straight bar. I did throw another plate on the stack just because even after doing, 3 heavy sets of those single arm push downs, the stack just still isn't going to cut it. Honestly, I wouldn't mind 2 plates, but it'd be kind of tricky to put them on this particular stack. So, I'm going to try to do reasonable form for the first couple of reps when I'm strong, right? Big stretch, full extension. But once I can't, completely straighten my arms, I'm not just going to rack the weight and say, oh, I'm done. I'm going to try to fucking burn out with some partials. As you guys, well, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but if you were to just stop your set once you couldn't do, a rep with perfect form, I'm inclined to believe you still got a lot of juice in the tank that, could potentially, possibly guaranteed give you a better pump if you were to get out. All right, actually, so I lied. Instead of another set of just standard push downs, I'm going to do them in a little bit of a more complicated way. So instead of just sitting up here, torso upright, pushing straight down, I'm in frame. I'm going to kind of back up a little bit, take a few steps, bend over, and almost like, simulate a skull crusher, right? Yeah, so rather than just have the stretch position be here, now, with my arms here, this stretch, I feel it way more in the long head of my tricep, which I definitely need some more long head work. Okay. That's actually enough of that for now. I'm going to do the dip machine behind me. Again, I'm not insanely particular about the way I'm going to do these reps. Really what the set is, well, not the set, these sets, I'm going to do a couple here, are going to look like is, the beginning, they'll be pretty much the same as the last one. Like each rep will look the same because I'm going all the way up to the stretch position, and I'll be able to straighten out completely. But as I get more and more fatigued, the range of motion will probably decrease a bit, but I'm still just going to try to fucking burn out. Oh, all right. Let's go do some kind of cable something. There's been a decent amount of heavy sets. At the end of the workout, I feel I'm pretty much good just doing even really lightweight, but just doing like a burnout set. Like if I was doing biceps and I just, maybe curled the 75s for the first couple of sets, and maybe I was doing heavy, machine preacher curls for a couple in the middle and some heavy machine curls. And then at the end, I feel like I've done enough, tension based work, right? Had a lot of fucking force being moved by the muscle. So at that point, I'm just trying to finish off the pump and seriously fucking squeeze. So I think 2 sets of these kind of cross body extensions should be perfect. It's super light. I mean, I was doing 80 pounds with one hand at the beginning, and now I'm only doing 20 each. Okay. Oh. All right, triceps complete. Let's go check the pump. Honestly, just on feeling alone, triceps did not feel like they were fucking, I don't know, something about it. Like some days, you can tell, especially if you've lifted for long enough. Like in the beginning, if you're a pretty new lifter, only a couple of months in, it's a little bit harder to differentiate whether or not you're on your game, like in your best condition, or if you feel a little bit off. Because I mean, all of it's gonna pretty much feel the same. It's like new to you. But when you've lifted for long enough, you can kind of tell when it feels like you had a little bit of an off day. So, regardless, I mean, I'm sure they're still pumped. Like that's fucking guaranteed. But I don't know, for whatever reason, I didn't rack every set and go hard. That was fucking sick. But not every workout's gonna be like that. Though you can increase your odds by getting a good amount of rest, staying well hydrated with electrolytes, and being, well, I don't want to say well fed because I can still get really good lifts when I'm, dieted. And in that sense, I'm like fucking depleted. So really, I'd say the main thing that's going to determine whether or not I get a solid pump or not is the sleep and the hydration. And that's not just liquids, that's also fucking electrolytes. I don't think I drank enough water today, that's for sure. Though, could you tell just by looking at the fucking tricep? Oh shit, we even get some freaky looking veins coming out from the bottom. All right. What? Oh, freaky. Even just sitting here flexing them, they feel fucking tight. Oh yeah, that's how they should be, fucking hanging off your arms. Oh, very nice. Let's see, even. Okay, now I can still touch the shoulders, so they're not that pumped, but they're pretty fucking pumped. Like, oh, arms are honestly looking fucking huge with a tricep pump. So that's what I'm talking about. Triceps are a pretty fucking big part of your arm. Like everybody says, what, 2/3 of your arm? I'm inclined to believe it. They didn't just come up with that number out of nowhere. So let's hit one more front lat spread. Well, not one more, but a front lat spread. Then we can go do hamstrings. Dude, holy fuck. Oh my god. Very nice. Woo. Okay, mid pump check complete. Let's get back in there. Let's go back to work. Okay, so a complete 180 from fucking triceps. Honestly, yeah, it's fucking. If the arms or the legs, Now, if your legs are the arms of your lower body, then your hamstrings are the biceps of the lower body. So this is kind of an arm day, more of a limb day. Let's call it that, whatever. But I sat here for a couple of minutes with half the stack, threw it around a few times, then a little more, a little more, a little more, a little more. And now I'm at the full stack, and I don't feel like I'm gonna rip my hamstrings off. So I'm thinking a couple of sets, really just try to fucking go hard. That's gonna be the main idea. Come on. Holy crap. Whoa. Oh. Hey. Oh. Oh, goodness. Yeah, not much commentary for hamstrings. So I kind of had to rush for the last couple sets of hamstrings. I mean, they look the same as the first, what was that, 6, 5? I don't remember how many I recorded or not. But no need to check the hamstring pump, especially because I didn't wear shorts. So I'm not gonna fucking just take the pants all the way off. Whoa. No, but I was, before I slammed the cluster dextrin shake, I was just thinking, I find it incredibly interesting how much people talk about the importance of your split, right? Fucking any gym, you fucking talk to anybody at the gym, even like a new dude, you start shooting shit, instantly the question arises, oh, what split do you do? Oh, what's your workout split? What's the best split? But I never fucking hear, oh, what's your go-to, like, what's a good chest workout for you? What kind of work, like, it's just so strange that people would prioritize the idea of what their workout split and workout routine is, and not what the actual workouts themselves are, right? Like, it's just, it's rudimentary. The split won't change anything. You know, if I were to do push-pull legs, or like Arnold split, these classic ones that get thrown around, or well, okay, some of them are kind of funky where it actually, like full body every day, if people talk about that. Yeah. But let's say, you know, workout splits where the idea is you hit everything twice a week. That's the basic idea of the split. Like, that's the whole idea of push-pull legs. You do push-pull legs, you do push-pull legs again, and then you have a rest day. That's pretty typical. Or you do the Arnold split. Legs and shoulders, chest and back arms, legs and shoulders, chest and back arms, rest day, repeat. Like, I don't know. I mean, do you understand what I'm saying? It's like that's not the most important fucking aspect of your training. The most important aspect is the actual training itself. You know, obviously people talk about, oh, how many reps and sets and whatnot should you do? But I think, a lot more effort gets put into thinking and discussing splits rather than workout principles and, you know, rep schemes and whatnot. Obviously it's discussed, it's thrown around, but not so often as splits as I've seen. So just something to take into consideration. If you've been, let's say you've been tossing and turning and you've spent a little while looking up or watching YouTube videos, what's the best workout split? Best workout splits 2023. I think you got a little bit of a disconnect in your mind, and you should focus more so on the actual workouts themselves. But let's slam this cluster dextrin, and we can roll. That was a lot of liquid at once. Let's get out of here. So, yeah, I mean, it's just something to freaking think about. I'm trying to think of an analogy that would, relate to that idea and make it a little bit easier to understand, but I can't really, nothing's really coming to mind. Well, it's whatever. More so relating to what just fucking went down. Triceps got pretty fucking pumped, thrashed pretty decently. I mean, I don't know, for whatever reason, felt a little off today. I'm pretty sure I didn't drink enough fucking water. I think dehydration got me. Obviously not like serious dehydration, but I think I had less fluids and electrolytes in my system than I would have preferred. So that's on me. I gotta drink some more freaking Silo 9, if you know what I'm talking about. Hostile Sups, Code Sam. But fuck. And yeah, hamstrings. I skipped hamstrings last leg day, and then I also, honestly, I think it's been like a week and a half since I did hamstrings. What the fuck? So shit, I guess I wouldn't be surprised if they feel kind of extra sore tomorrow. Because if you've gone a little while without hitting a muscle, and then you jump into it, sometimes that'll get you. Like, there's a little bit of I kind of feel like you can, well, what am I trying to say here? I feel like you reach a level of exposure for each of your muscle groups, which honestly, subconsciously, that may play into the reason why I don't really like rest days. If I were to take one rest day a week indefinitely from now onward, like let's split reality into two. If I were to take one rest day every week scheduled versus no scheduled rest days like I'm doing now, I think I'd be pretty much the same in either case. Just because, I get enough rest and I eat enough food to the point where I can train the next day without feeling overly fatigued or, like just not on top of it. Like, my condition for a chest workout, let's say I fucking killed legs the night before. Like, I went fucking crazy on them. But I had enough protein that day, had enough carbs and fats, I drank all my liquids and electrolytes, and I got a good ass night's rest. Even if it was my fucking craziest leg day ever, and my legs were sore the next day, I think the condition of my chest is probably gonna be fucking up there. Maybe not in a powerlifting context, like, perhaps if again, let's do that little split reality analogy. Let's say I tried to do a 1 rep max the day after doing a crazy leg day versus not doing a crazy leg day. Maybe the one where I didn't do it would be a little stronger. But you're never gonna fucking ever catch me do a 1 rep max That's not my deal. So who gives a shit? I know for a fact I'll still be able to lift a fuck ton of weight. Not that that's the point, but you get what I'm saying. And get a crazy ass pump, regardless of whether or not I trained really hard the night before. Because I worked a muscle group that was unrelated to chest, right? I have no issue going in and doing a fucking gnarly arm day or whatever else, yet having to deal with like just absolute insane soreness and fatigueness in an unrelated muscle, right? Just because my chest is sore after on the day after chest day, I'm not saying soreness is an indicator of a good or a bad lift. I'm just, giving you a little bit of a situation. Then guess what? I'm still gonna be able to get a fucking gnarly back pump because my chest is unrelated. So, nah, I'm just kind of imagining, like, if you're, if the signs that you use to determine whether or not you're good to do another lift the day after you just lifted, like let's say you're prone to taking a few too many rest days, then I could definitely imagine someone thinking to themselves, oh, my chest is still sore from yesterday. I'm not gonna go into the gym and do legs. I'm gonna wait till my chest feels good. Hey man, fuck, if the guy who's thinking that is fucking huge, then fuck yeah, man, that shit works for him. But that's not my logic. So take with that what you will. If any of those situations, if when I reference any of these little situations and hypotheticals, you kind of perked up and you're like, oh crap, he's talking about me. This kind of goes for anything I say. I would like to think I've got a little bit of credibility purely due to the fact that I've been lifting for so long. So, if someone's been lifting longer than you, I'm not saying they're gonna know more than you, right? That's not how this shit works. Muscle size does not correlate with fucking intelligence, but it may have a pretty close correlation with experience. So I'm not saying you need to just, like, anytime you see somebody huge, holy fuck, whoa, wait, say that again, let me take some notes. Like, I'm not saying to do that, but whenever I see somebody fucking I mean, just a couple of months ago when I went to South Carolina, I was training at a Planet Fitness, and my fucking beef radar went off. I'm scanning the gym, and beep, 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 boop. Like, there was a huge guy. I go fucking talk some shit with him, asked him when he was training, got a little bit of intel. Nothing groundbreaking, but always a good idea to try to siphon information from those with more experience than you. I don't mean to make it sound like you need to be a manipulator and go up to like a huge guy and just try to extract all the data you can from him. But you get what I'm saying, If you get the idea. I don't need to get into it anymore. So plan now, go home. It's only 9 o'clock. I know for a fact Cane's is open. I'll give you a little update on whether or not I go tomorrow. Yeah, I guess we'll see. So tomorrow's going to be a quad only day. Probably fucking mainly leg extensions, you know the drill. I may throw some machine pressing in, hypothetically, but I'm kind of chilling out on really heavy pressing for legs. For kind of two reasons. For one thing, I just fucking love leg extensions. I get a crazy pump from them. And the majority of my quad work has been from leg extensions, even though I can squat a crazy amount of weight. The squats are not my primary source of hypertrophy, as it were. If you were to, fuck, man, I've gone months. I mean, when I diet, I don't fuck with any kind of heavy squats just because they're so taxing. And that's why I don't do deadlifts for, even more so the same reason. Because when you squat, you're using your glutes, you're using your hamstrings, you're fatiguing your lower back. But squats are mainly quads, so I like them. But deadlifts, you're getting a lot of glutes, you're getting a lot of hamstrings, and you're getting a ton of lower back. So, I fucking talk about how I don't do deadlifts all the time, but whatever. So plan now, home, food, maybe go get some food, probably eat some more freaking food. I mean, I got some chocolate milk in the fridge, stuff that I started earlier today and didn't finish. I got a lot of calories at my disposal. I just need to siphon them from outside my body into them. Pretty fucking simple shit. So, I'll see you next time.